I'm Jennifer clarOscura, claroscura.com, dreampioneers.com. As many of you might know, but this is for those who don't, clarOscura was a name I took during a time of major light and shadow work and integration that I was going throughout the years of 2007 to 2011. clarOscura means light and dark, with a feminine and masculine difference between the words. It is about all opposites. It was a reminder to myself to know that I am both and that I can transcend both as well. I live in the US, I live in New York. I was in California for a few years where I did most of this work, but I moved back to New York. Now I find myself in a world where people are yelling, possibly throughout the whole country too, to a big shadow that has emerged under leadership, which people call the president. And they're yelling, "You are not my president." And to me as a dreamer, that's like yelling at your shadow, "You're not my shadow." This is not intended for people who don't understand consciousness studies or are not interested in, well, if you're into consciousness and you're not into dreams, either way, you don't escape it. This is the waking dream. Anyway, so I keep hearing, "You are not my shadow." As a conscious dreamer, or if you're a conscious dreamer, you know that you create your own reality. You are the creator. It is all a reflection of you. And then as a collective, there's many layers to it. So I can't hate what's happening right now. For me, it's an opportunity for work. It means that we were ignoring something, we were disowning something, we were banishing something and possibly fearing that it would ever come out. So what happens with fears when it is linked with our disowned selves is that it manifests. I do this in dream a lot, but there's a very big difference. When I was doing my shadow work in my waking reality, I needed a teacher, I needed a guide. I do not recommend that you do any type of shadow work for the waking world unless you have a guide, or a teacher, or a meditation center, or a practice, or a group. And I'm not talking about a group on the internet. I'm talking about physical interaction with somebody that is there, with the energy of a teacher and a guide. Even though I'm not a practicing religious person, my family were Catholic, they were Catholic, and the feeling of what a God is was ingrained in my soul. And even though now I can't define what God is, I have that foundation. I don't know how to explain it. It's a force beyond, that is me, that is beyond me, that is me, and it never ends. It's infinite. So that saved me, as well as my teacher. This is a time to acknowledge that you are both light and dark. You do not just integrate the dark, you also integrate the light. What is happening right now is this figure in leadership is yelling, heal, heal, heal this aspect of yourself. Integrate, integrate. Don't deny. Don't think it's not you. Don't try to cut its head off. We know how that goes, right? If we do, it'll just come back as a different form, a different thing, a different time, a different place in history, in the future. It doesn't matter. Own it. It's you. It's your reflection. And what do we do when these things come up? You have to say, "I see you. I hear you." But that's not where I am right now. And you try to come to a compromise because that's what it's all about. How am I reflecting that? What in my life is like this person's qualities? Where am I letting it slip? Where am I being unconscious? Where am I being unconscious? Even if it's a small degree of reflection, it's enough, because as a collective, imagine this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. What is not allowing the light in, right? What is not allowing your light to integrate your light? Well, this is what's not allowing it. You must also integrate your light. The light that is shining on this situation. Your greatest self, your highest self, the self that knows. You're not just lost, abandoned. You're not. You're also the guide, the teacher, the master, the enlightened one. But you don't believe it, right? Just like you probably don't believe you are the vile, low darkness. But even darkness is not just negative. There is the dark divine. There is so much more, so many more layers within light and dark that reset yourself, reset back to what you are, back to what you really are, and begin from there. Stop pointing fingers, stop disowning your mirror. Stop giving away your power by saying, that's not me, I'm not that, that's somebody else, that's that side. That side, your side, my side, his side, her side. I'm sorry, it's all you. There are no sides. Your consciousness can get fragmented to one side, but that doesn't mean the other side goes away. They belong together. They are one. Whenever something like this in the collective rises into my attention, I begin to question myself. I do my inner work. How is this reflecting me? Where did I let it go? What haven't I been seeing? Where have I been unconscious? And I hope you ask yourself the same questions and stop saying it's not me. It's not mine. Own it. It's yours. It's ours.